And that leads us into point 2, which is actually taking too long to make a decision. And there's actually a couple of facets to this. It's not just about taking too long to make a decision to buy a property. There is a lot of work you have to do and a lot of preparation and a lot of things that you need to get behind you before you make a decision to actually commit yourself to buying a property. But then there's the decision to commit to an individual property once you're in that process of looking. And if you take too long in a rapidly moving market, and we're talking about multiple buyers making multiple offers on properties when they first list. Their auction campaigns might have a set period of time from the time that they list to the time that the auction is set. But in Brisbane, particularly at the moment, and we're sitting at the start of February 2022, in Brisbane, an auction campaign can be pulled at any point in time if the owner receives an offer that they are prepared to take. Now, usually that offer has to be cash unconditional and on auction terms and no cooling off period. But I would not be thinking as a buyer or letting yourself think as a buyer that you have 4 weeks to make a decision about a property just because it's going to auction. Veronica, are you seeing that in Sydney too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so in Sydney, yes, you can. And in fact, not only will agents at times sell a property early before auction, we call it prior to auction, to a buyer that has made a good offer. It might be that you even have an auction scenario, an auction happening on the end of a telephone, and you're not even seeing what the other buyers are offering, and you buy under auction conditions. In Victoria, it is a bit different because in Victoria, you can only buy under auction conditions if you're not actually at auction. So I think it's 3 days before or 3 days after the auction. And so their rules are a little bit tighter around that. But in Victoria, elsewhere, if an offer is made before the auction and the vendor wants to take it, well, the agent's they're not going to give a cooling off period to a buyer, put it that way. They're not going to ruin their auction campaign. And so you can do that. You can do that in Queensland. You don't even need to actually get your lawyer to advise you on what you're waiving. But in New South Wales, you do. It's different rules in different states, as per usual. But the thing is, yeah, exactly what you're saying. If people think, oh, it's all right, I've got till the 12th of February or the 15th of March or whatever to make my mind up, and then someone else who is more motivated, readier, has actually probably missed out on a few properties themselves and they act really fast, they catch you unawares. So taking too long to work out whether you do or don't want it. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's not right for you and you really are niggling at you and bothering you, don't go for it.
No.
But if you just, you are just not ready, and this is where doing your first home buyer course will absolutely set you up to get you ready, have done all the things that you need to do so that you can confidently move forward. And I always recommend our clients with auction, be ready to buy tomorrow if or in 2 days' time, however long it's going to take us to get that due diligence done. But you don't necessarily have to buy prior to auction. You just have to be ready.